So under one of my videos, someone mentioned that they are considering buying a framework laptop, but they also like what System76 is doing. My first thought, and this is a little embarrassing, was what is System76? I genuinely had no idea that such company existed. But over the past week, I've gone deep and tried to figure out if this company is Framework's biggest competitor in the market and if Framework should be worried. And the conclusion? No. Well, at least not yet. But as you can see, the conclusion is pretty complicated. So if you want to find out why it's so complicated, what System76 has to offer, and how it compares to Framework, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Oh, but there's one more thing that I need to mention before we get into the video. Last week, we reached 1,000 subscribers, and I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has watched, commented, liked, and most of all enjoyed my videos. It really means a lot. We could now fill the Prague State Opera. Weird feeling, but now let's get back into the video. For those that do not know much about System76, it's actually much older than Framework. It was founded in 2005, and I would argue that its most well-known product is the Ubuntu-based Linux distro called Pop! OS. And this actually brings me to my first point, which is System76 is much more software focused than Framework is. Framework is a hardware company that prioritizes e-waste reduction, upgradability, and repairability, while also offering good support for both Linux and Windows. System76, on the other hand, is the go-to manufacturer for people that want a Linux-first computer. That's their specialty. While I would argue that unfortunately there's a pretty sizable chunk of people that actually use Windows only on their Framework computer, the percentage of users doing the same on System76 machines would be tiny to non-existent. You buy System76 for their software. And it's not just Pop! OS. On most of their devices, you actually get Core Boot, which is an open source firmware, meaning you know what's running on your computer to the smallest detail. If you really care about privacy and very low level personalization, this is something for you. So yeah, we have established that System76 is much more software oriented compared to Framework, but they do still sell a lot of hardware, right? Well, yes, they do sell a whole plethora of computers and even a keyboard. But, well, let's just get the negatives out of the way first. Looking at their laptops, you might think to yourself, wait, these kind of look like these weird laptops that I found on Alibaba. And that's because they are literally those laptops. The Lemur and Adder are Clevo, while the Pangolin is Mdor. These are ODM companies, original design manufacturers, which sell bare-bones computers to manufacturers like System76, which then put their software onto these laptops and then sell them to you. This results in laptops that, well, just don't look or feel desirable. And granted, this is subjective. Nice design and hardware uniqueness is something that I care about, but it doesn't necessarily impact the performance of the laptop. Still, in this regard, Framework wins. But what about upgradability and repairability? Well, System76 is pretty good in this area. They care about right to repair, all of their laptops have replaceable RAM and storage, and are easy to open and tinker with. But then there's Framework, which has built its entire laptop around the concept that the user should be able to replace virtually every single component in their laptop. This is something that you just cannot compete with when you're sourcing your laptops from an ODM. So has System76 given up here? Well, no. Since 2023, they've been working on a completely new, fully in-house developed laptop that would make them much more interesting to people like me. There haven't been many news lately, but just look at this machine, look at the trackpad. I hope that we get more information on this laptop very soon. But believe it or not, there already is hardware that is produced by System76 in their Colorado factory, and that is their Thelio desktops and workstations. Sure, they use off-the-shelf components like in virtually every single desktop, but this extremely cool and unique case is being produced by System76 and wow. When I saw the layout and its features, I thought to myself, this is something that I would hope that Framework would do with their desktop. But maybe that's the problem. It is so good that Framework might have decided that they will go with a different form factor instead of competing with System76 directly. The unique airflow design, which reminds me a bit of the Mac Pro, the top-mounted drive base with extra tool-free screws which are included right in the case for convenience, and the easy access to the fan connectors. It really is an engineering marvel and a beautiful thing to look at. I'm really glad that they sell these cases separately because, to be honest, I actually might want to buy one and put my components that I already have into it. I'm really liking it that much. So is System76 Framework's big competitor? Well, not really. These companies stand for very different things. System76 is Linux first, while Framework is upgradability and repairability first. But it's fair to say that their trajectories are gradually converging, and once we see a System76 laptop which is built fully in-house, we might see some customer overlap, which will be very interesting. But that will be it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and also check out my Discord server and my Patreon where I upload weekly exclusive content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.